Good morning, everyone. This is Luann from Blackberryrock Homestead, and since I have this problem, this is my problem. I got 3 bowls of tomatoes. I gotta wash these tomatoes. I'm gonna try a recipe that my Aunt Sandy told me about pickling these. So I'm going to try and cut them in half and pickle them. And I'm also going to be bringing you a green tomato pie, either on this channel or on the other channel. I haven't decided yet. So stay tuned for that green tomato pie. And I thought about making green tomato relish or green tomato Piccalilli that my grandparents always made. So it will be either on this channel or Luann's Kitchen, my other channel. But this is my dilemma. What to do with all of these tomatoes. Like I said, I got 3 bowls of tomatoes. So stay tuned for that. And Gail Southern Living and Milknhoney Heritage Farms are doing a collab, old-fashioned crafts and recipes. I decided to show you an old-fashioned recipe. I do have my apron on, and so let me turn you around and let me show you how we make this. So what you will need is 4 quarts of chopped, peeled, cored tomatoes, which I just chopped them, ran them through the food processor. 2 quarts of cut up chopped cabbage, which I shredded, and I still got to shred some more. I need 2 cups of chopped sweet green peppers. I'm going to add a jalapeno. 1 cup of chopped onion, and then we will be sprinkling salt over this and then mixing it through. I may have to get me a bigger bowl, y'all. This is not big enough. I'm going to have to get the crock down and start working on this. Okay, I am making Piccalilli. I had to get out my big saucepan. So now I got 4 quarts of the chopped green tomatoes, 2 quarts of chopped cabbage, and I did chop 2 sweet green peppers. I did add a jalapeno to this, 1 jalapeno, and one chopped onion. Now I'm going to sprinkle over some canning salt and about a half a cup, and I'm going to be mixing this in and then putting the lid on this. And I got to make sure I stir this really good, and then we got to let this set for 3 to 4 hours. And then it'll be ready to can by adding other ingredients to it. And like I said, this is a Piccalilli. I remember my grandma's making this. So that is my old-fashioned recipe. So now that this Piccalilli mixture has set and salted, we need to drain it and rinse it off a couple times, and then I'm going to wash out this pan because we're going to be I need a big saucepan to do the rest of the recipe. So I'm going to do that, and also need to wash out me some quart jars because I'm going to be putting this in quart jars. So in my big saucepan, I have 4.5 cups of white vinegar. I am adding 2 tablespoons of mustard seed, a tablespoon of celery seed. I will be adding also a cup and a half of brown sugar. That is cup. I need to add another half a cup. And I will be bringing this to a boil, I think. I need to get this simmering for about 15 minutes. And then we will be adding our rinsed and drained vegetable mixture before putting it in our jars. So I'm going to start getting that rinsed. Drained anyway. And this is when you need a big stock pan, and you also need some large bowls. So I'm going to work on getting the vegetables drained while that simmers. Now this is about been simmering for 15 minutes. I need to add my drained veggies and bring it to a boil. So now all I need to do is bring this to a boil. I'm going to get my water bath canner. Water starting to boil. So once this comes to a boil, we will be putting it in our jars. And I will be making, make sure we get this all mixed up together. I will be putting these in quart jars. I called and make sure, even though the recipe I'm following does not say to put it in quart jars, but I'm putting it in quart jars. Then we will let it water bath boil for about 15 minutes. So leaving a 1/2 inch headspace. Hopefully I got enough quart jars washed. How you pronounce it? Anyway, this is a old-fashioned recipe. I remember my great-grandma making this, and my grandma as well. They both wore the great-grandma wore apron all the time. My great-grandma Lilly. And every time I make this, I think of her. I don't know if it's because her name was Lilly or not, but she outlived 2 husbands, so that's saying pretty good. I so miss my grandmas, my grandma Nora and my grandma Lilly, and I did also have a grandma named May. The grandma named May is the one who named me. So I'm going to let this come to a boil, and then we will be putting it in our jars and putting it in the water bath canner. Now we just got to put it in our jars with a 1/2 inch space. Putting it in our jars, our quart jars, for a 1/2 inch space. And this is Piccalilli, basically green tomato relish.